It is what it ain't. You already know it's Top Cat 100 going hard in the paint. The real Feeltv, which you know you tuned into. Let's go, don't get that out the way. Salute to the whole 100 mom, man. We back up in here, man. To all my haters, your mother's bald with broad shoulders, so the whole hood named the whole Bill Goldberg. And your little sister favors a sporting poodle named Gabby. Straight up and down. Now go in the corner and listen to Brian Pumper and Mims albums all day. Straight up and down, bro. That's the only people came to my master. You go listen to them until we decide to pay you attention. And when we do pay attention, you know we coming to bring you down some more. Now, with all this being said, man, I'm back up in Chicago. I know you don't like me, Chicago. Yeah, but I'm back up in here. Because we here to get some things that's understood, man. Now, I also have Chicago subscribers that built this channel from scratch with me, man, and that understand what I'm doing. Now, we want to get into FBG Duck, man. And we want to get into, you know, the whole pulling his music off of streaming services. And we want to get into the whole label situation and what his mother was talking about, and we want to get into all of these other accusations. Now, with all this being said, man, we got to be logical when we talk about this, because I already told you what this whole thing pointed to the more I thought about it. And we talking about the Popo, man. But at the same time, we heard King Von release tweets saying that they squashed it or whatever, and, you know, things was all right, even though that he dissed his, you know, his dead homies and things like that. But what I want people to understand is a lot of people took that as he was being sarcastic, which he was, man. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at the history of O Block and FBG Duck, you know what I'm saying? But what that was is to take the heat off of his trail. Everybody feel that way. It ain't no secret. You get what I'm saying? But what I want everybody to understand about his music being pulled off of, you know, all stream services and all of this type of stuff is, you know, it gotta be something bigger. You know, like I say, man, these high power ups, man, you will never know what's really going on, and you will never know what's really going with the business. So I don't really want to touch too much into that, but I just want to know why is they doing all of this all of a sudden. Now, what they telling his mama is that I guess the paperwork wasn't final or whatever, so I don't understand what's really going on with that. And I will be getting on that. But right now we want to talk about really, you know, FBG Cash, man. We want to talk about him, bro. We got to. Because a lot of people keep talking about King Von, but now it's speculations and it's rising suspicions of FBG Cash. And we simply want to say this, you know, if you're mourning a homeboy and stuff like that, you know, the last thing you're doing is smiling all in cameras, counting big racks and things. You know, it's very cliche what was already being said and shown with this FBG Cash thing. But all I want to say is this, man. Why is it so, eye-opening when you see him flashing all this money and you see not only him but everybody around him almost flashing big stats like this? Now, he's on house arrest currently. You get what I'm saying? So to run across 100,000 and all of these big outrageous numbers and things like that, not to say he didn't already have money and he didn't already, but when you buying all of this so-called drip and stuff like that, if you really looked at his lives and people been accusing him and, you know, backdooring him and all of that, you know what I'm saying? All he got to say about it really is that, you know what I'm saying, that y'all hating and stuff like that, and he be laughing it off and stuff like that. And to everybody, I know everybody feel like it's not genuine. You see what I'm saying? And this is why this video really took a long time to really do, because it's like I want to get an understanding on what's really going on with the people that was around FBG Duck, because if you look at all his homies almost right now, you see that a lot of them not messing with, you know, certain ones and stuff like that, and a lot of people that still clicked in and clicked tight, they got big racks. So what is really going on? I'm just raising questions because it's a lot of accusations and it's a lot of things going through the wind of FBG Duck being backdoored. This is why I want to ask my subscribers, like, do y'all feel like he was backdoored? And if he was backdoored, you know, could it be that the Popo actually paid, you know, cash? You know what I'm saying? Real talk, because this is what everybody keeps saying. So this what I want to ask y'all. It's not like I'm saying it. I'm saying allegedly. You know, he is acting a little bit too much happy, you know, and he's not, you know, like I say, you can't really tell nobody how to mourn. We already know all of that. But at the same time, it's a little bit too suspicious to everybody, man. So it's about time for us to ask these things, man, because that's what the real subs want to know. Now, if my homeboy just got, you know what I'm saying, gone the way he did, you get what I'm saying? Speaking of FBG Duck and the way he left, you know, if it's all of that, I'm not going to feel good about that, man, because it was on camera. So, you know what I'm saying? For everybody just to be living their best life on some little Duval type time, we don't know who can backdoor who. We don't know if the police, if another op, you know what I'm saying, really dropped a big enough bag to make them turn. We don't know if it was a lot of jealousy with FBG Duck, and we don't know if a lot of people already put plays together to understand what's really going on as far as what happened in that store for real and what happened outside of that store, and how was he really located where he was, because nobody never really answered that question and stuff like that. His mother let out a lot of stuff inside her interview and said that, you know what I'm saying, he was being followed and, you know, a lot of other speculations, but I just wanted everybody to understand that a lot of people that came up since this man left, and a lot of people want to know why, is a lot of people that was around him flashing all of this big type of money, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, it don't look like no type money where you done hustled for. You see what I'm saying? And well, the reason why I say that is because it's too organized. You know what I'm saying? As far as how much he have, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody flushing that much out on the block nowadays, bro. Trust me, it's police everywhere, bro. Like, you know, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, moving around a lot in one day, especially on, you know what I'm saying, house arrest or whatever to obtain that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? He obviously ain't selling that much records. You see what I'm saying? You know, people don't even know who he is, a lot of people outside of Chicago and around the Midwest region. So, where did the money come from? And we not pocket watching. We not trying to be the police, but this is what all the fans see. And since you want to be up on Instagram and up on live counting your money and flashing it, I mean, you should be able and open to answer any type of questions. So, how y'all feel about this, man? In real talk, you know what I'm saying? Did he cash out? The cash out, cash out. You see what I'm saying? And that's real talk, man. We want to know, man. The Real Feeltv 100 mob, man. Y'all drop them comments, man, to get me familiar.